Hello everybody and welcome once again to Casual Gamer Oz. We are still doing our F1 2016 playthrough in career mode in the lead up to F1 2017. We are in our second season, our fourth Grand Prix. We're about to do the Sochi Autodrome in Russia. But as always, we take a look back at what happened in the last round. What a qualifying first position, my third career pole position in a wet quali. Surprised the hell out of myself. And managed to lead off the line and led my very first lap ever in my career mode. Managed to stuff up though coming into the first corner as I did last year. Ran wide, allowed the Mercedes to go ahead, and then it was just a bit of a ding-dong battle for the rest of the race. And I just kept making silly little mistakes and I ended up finishing dead last. Can't even explain what happened. Happy to finish the race, but very disappointing result considering how well I was doing at that stage. We're going to put that behind us right now, and we're going to get right now into our one-shot qualifying here in Sochi. And last year, last season I should say, qualified in 7th place, and we've got a dry qualifying for once, so that's good. So a fairly decent effort at a circuit which is, it's okay. I think I talked it down a lot last year, but you know, I think again, probably as I mentioned last year, it's very similar to the Valencia circuit, and the circuit itself isn't that bad. It's just a very bland experience. It's basically race in a car park, but I mean, I don't mind the setting. I mean, I'm an Olympic fan, so the fact that they can have this around an area where they actually had some Olympics, I enjoy that aspect. So, you know, and plus Russia deserves a Grand Prix. I mean, you know, it's the biggest country in the world. It's one of the most powerful countries in the world, and I definitely feel if you're going to have a world championship, Russia needs to be represented there. And if you're going to have a fuck up on a corner there, that's not what you need to do. Don't think I'm going to be replicating my performance from last season this time around of not having the best of qualifyings here. Just something mentally in my head apparently is going through there after my crazy China performance. And now we'll jump up to 19th currently. So looks like we won't be dead last if we can just maintain this. A bit of the DRS open here, get a bit of the gap on Hamilton. Oh, just bridge that gap down there. Actually got up into the top 13 there for a moment, but I don't think we're going to hold on to it as we get into the closing part of this very interesting Sochi circuit. Runs a little bit wide there. I've managed to get the gap down slightly. 15th, that's better than what looked like it was going to be a few seconds ago. So of course it's a roving position change there, isn't it? I'm going to cross the line here, and what did I get? 16th, okay. Not too bad. They're happy with that. So it was looking like it was going to be worse than that. So I'll take 16th place. Obviously it's not 7th from last year in a faster Sauber than we had last year, but we will maintain that just for the moment, and we will move now into the next day. So let's do that right now. And we will now move into a race which I didn't finish last year. I believe I got taken out by a McLaren from memory. I think Button took me out actually and spun me into the path of a Haas. So looking for my very first race finish here in Sochi in Russia. Only had one DNF this year, and that of course was in Australia. So can we get a 3-race finishing streak? I've never finished 3 races in a row, so there you go. I have in other championships I've done. I'm not that dumb, but in terms of this career mode that you're watching me, last season I, as a matter of fact, only ever had one time when I had consecutive race finishes. That was in Austria and Britain. So let's see if we can string this together. We've got a dry race. We're happy about that. Let's take a look at the grid before we get into this. Once it wants to pop up for us. And we've got the Mercedes in the front row. No surprise there. The Red Bulls on the second row. And as we continue to go through, we have the Ferraris on the third row. The McLarens no doubt on the fourth row. Yep. Then we have the Force Indias. So it's a pretty even killed station there. Then the Williams. All the teams are lining up here. It's like Noah's Ark. Kevin Magnussen 13th. Grosjean 14th. Verline in 15th. There I am in 16th. Palmer 17th. Gutierrez 18th. Harriento 19th. Sainz. Kvyat, terrible for the Toro Rossos, and Nazar, terrible for him once again last. How is he still in this team? How am I managed to thrash him that much? Alright, can we make it 3 race finishes in a row for the first time in my career? Let's do this, Mr. Waterworth. Top 19 is all I need. Go. And they definitely held us for a very long time there, it seems. Now, remember last year I said I'm going to be cautious, and I ended up damaging my front wing with a Force India in front of me. Whoa, with a very fast starting rear Harrianto there. He just says thank you very much, and apparently I've collided with Gutierrez. I did not feel a thing there. It must be a very light touch. There's my old sparring partner on a Williams. That's actually Bottas, not Massa. Different Williams, but it's still a white car. As we just get a little bit close there to the Williams, and we're going to perhaps do a few more positions here. Good start. All right. Made up some positions. That's what I like. And, of course, we've had a very interesting season in terms of the AI in this year. The fact that we've had a McLaren win, a Red Bull win, and then Mercedes won in the last round. So, considering that Mercedes last season won every single race with the exception of the one race that Daniel Ricciardo won, that it took them to the third race to win one. And let's be honest, if I had have maybe held it on the track, I probably could have kept them winless again. But runts, I don't know what that word is. As the old saying goes, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. And I might have a Merry Christmas right here if I can put one on Sebastian Vettel. And I'm going to have to sneak this way here. Oh, I tell you what, I am doing great guns on this opening lap. Made my way up into 7th. And I am feeling quite confident here that I can keep this up. Very racy, this Sauber in Sochi. After maybe disappointing a little bit in the qualifying. Perez very high up there. He's got a great start. He's moved his way into 5th. Hamilton leading this one. And it looks as though Rosberg's dropped back to 4th as well. So a lot of movement on that opening lap. And very satisfied with that. From 16th to 6th in the opening lap. 10 places made. Alright, and we'll put it up to rich mode as well. We haven't even done that yet, have we? So that will give us a bit more engine power. And we'll stalk this Force India. Let's do this, Sergio. Great start by Sergio Perez. I think he was in about 8th or 9th, was he not? From memory. So, there we go. Rosberg all over the back of Ricciardo. Good to see we've got more of an open season in Season 2 this time around compared to last year, obviously, with the Mercedes dominating everything. Getting very racy here. Sort of purple sector. I'll satisfiedly take that, if that's even a word. I'm very confident here that I can take Sergio at some point. As long as I can just not damage my front wing and just keep this up. Even if I can't take him, 6th position would be very satisfactory. Again, I'm meant to be 19th. That's where they want me. But let's not forget what happened in China last time around. All right, I've got a bit of a slipstream going on here in Sergio. I think we're going to put one around him here. We're going to sneak up on the inside here. Oh, shit, no! Oh, I was not paying attention. I got way too confident in that. Oh, no. That is one of those moments where you want the flashbacks. I just got way into the inside. He pushed me a little bit. It's the slightest of touches. I don't know what I was doing there. He came across on me ever slightly, and I think that maybe you can just see it here. He's going to drive there, and I'm just getting a little bit nervous. I didn't want to bang wheels with him. So instead of going the other way, look how close I am to the wall there. Oh, Ben. What did you do that for? And again, I cannot get 3 Grand Prix finishes in a row. Oh, no. Oh, no. I wish I knew the Russian word for shit right now. That is brutal. That is 2 Grand Prix in a row now that I have completely made mistakes that no one else's fault but myself. Let's, Mercedes have won, by the way. That's a prize. Verstappen's made his way up onto the podium. Ricciardo's dropped way back. I just want to see the start here, at least. I made 10 places up in that first lap, so we'll just have a quick little gander at how this played out for us here. Oh my goodness. Not as disappointed as I was in China, funnily enough. We'll just see here now. Where did I clip? Slightest touches. Now, if I'm getting a warning, Gutierrez has driven into my arse there himself. How do I get a warning for that? That is bullshit. Once again, the steward's ridiculous. Bit of late braking there, bit of banging with Bottas. The Manor and the Renault get a little bit comfortable in the back there. And while the McLaren and the Williams fight each other out, I'm going to hover around their rectum and just go, see you guys, I'm going to take this position. Thank you, Fernando. And for once, I don't run into Fernando, so there you go. Alright, that'll do. Wow, okay. Hamilton from Rosberg, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Perez, 5th, Raikkonen, Button, Vettel, Alonso, and Bottas. And if we go to the championship, Rosberg leading it from 6 points from Hamilton, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Vettel. Raikkonen moves up ahead of Alonso, Button, Perez. I'm still in the top 10. That's a slight positive there. But the last 2 races, you've got to be honest, I've thrown away some points places. Constructors-wise, Mercedes are leading it from Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Force India, and Sauber. There we are in 6th, 1 point clear of Williams, Toro Rosso, Manor, Renault, and Haas, all yet to score. What a disappointing way to end the 4th round of our second season and career mode. Please leave comments and tell me how shit of a driver are. Like, subscribe, everything else in the meantime. We love your feedback. But thank you for tuning into Casual Gamer Oz. We'll be back for our Spanish round next time around. We hope to see you then. Thank you for joining us today, and good night.